obviously the Wofford game years ago, you started and you guys won that. And I'm trying to put words in your mouth, but do you look at what happened Saturday up at UVA as sort of your first win as a starting quarterback?
Not necessarily. I mean, I do to a certain extent, and say, yeah, UV is my first official win. I've started a couple games, but back in my mind, I still don't count it. So I'm happy I finally did against UVA, and I can be satisfied with saying I got my first official win, especially my first official ACC win,
Right.
which is great. And that Saturday, just coming off the field, just happy, just yes, we got it. I was just happy.
How much does it add to it that you got the win, but you played maybe your best game? Your game is evolving, and we saw a lot of the next steps of the evolution of your game on Saturday.
Oh yeah, I feel like I've grown throughout the last couple of weeks, honestly, and I give a lot of shout out to Coach Lindsey. He's really made me feel like, okay, like I'm the guy, and game plan wise, I'm 100% focused on that, and I feel like that game plan he did an amazing job with it to where I knew it in and out, and if I knew something was messed up, I was able to fix it, and I was just super comfortable, and I was able to just go out there and play ball the way I know how.
I asked him yesterday, I also asked Matt, because he listens in on when you guys are communicating, how that has been when you go to the sideline after a series, how your communication has improved. You guys are starting to sort of maybe get on the same page with lingo and what you're looking for, and he's getting to understand how you see things.
Yes, sir. I'd say my first couple starts, it was more of me coming to the sidelines. He's like, hey, did you see this? Did you see that? Like a couple, more than twice. And Saturday, it barely happened. And so we were just on the same page. Whatever he called, I was on the same side he was on. Even when he called the play, I'm like, okay, what will Coach Lindsey do? Why would he call this play? And I knew exactly why, and I executed the way he wanted me to.
How much more comfortable is that for you, knowing that you guys are on that same page, as opposed to maybe earlier when you were getting a lot of action where you're dealing with all kinds of newness, and that obviously being a new thing as well?
Yes, sir. I would say I was comfortable throughout the weeks, but obviously, flashing back to the summer, I mean, I'm the new guy basically, and I had to learn it all over again. And I'd say for me, I picked up on it pretty quick, and now I'm able to go out there and just play football and just lead the way I was born to be, the way God has given me the gift. And I mean, I'm very grateful for Saturday. I'm very grateful for that game plan, because the game plan, once again, was just spot on, and it just made me more comfortable, and the guys believed in me, and that's what we needed for the win.
Jacolby, the 1 minute drill at the end of the first half, capped off with the long touchdown to JJ. On TV, they showed you on the replay, and you were pretty fired up as you were like yelling at the sideline. I mean, like, did that feel like just sort of a release of some of the frustrations that you guys have had during the losing streak, where maybe you hadn't made that one extra play that could have put you guys over the top?
Yes, sir, 100%. And that's just something me and JJ, we've always had that connection, and I put the blame on me for missing those deep balls. And just to finally connect with one, it was just 100% a sign of relief. And I think me and JJ, we finally have that connection of in-game experience to where, like, okay, he's going to give me a shot here. I missed him on the first one, and I told him, I'm giving you a shot right here. I'm not missing you again. And he made a heck of a grab, and we came off the field during halftime feeling really good about ourselves.
Yeah, Coach Brown called it the play where you really sort of, that was starting a lot of snowball effect. What was that halftime locker room like? I mean, you had the big halftime lead at Duke. So was it, I mean, what was the mood like in the locker room?
Just keep getting after it. I mean, we figured, same like you said at Duke, we were up by 20. And it was just one of those things to where, like, the guys just want to just keep fighting. We told ourselves we were going to put 4 full quarters together, and we did exactly that. And we weren't going to come off in the second half feeling like, okay, we had some regrets. We wanted to come out feeling satisfied on both ends, on offense and defense and special teams, and we did exactly that.
Jacolby, now you'll go into the Lions again in Florida State now. So what do you see from when you look at Florida State, and how much more confidence you feel now after these 3 games that you played now?
I mean, a lot of people, they'll see the record, and that's not the type of football team they are. They have guys everywhere, if I'm being honest. And they're kind of like us, how we were in the beginning of just trying to figure ourselves out. And I feel like we're just going to have to play ball the way we play ball Saturday, and we're just going to have to find a way 1% each day to get better and how we're going to get better. Even though we kind of grinded last week just to get this win, we're going to have to do extra to get this win. And you can't come out sloppy. You can't go out down. And you just got to have that same tempo and just keep fighting,
Amorian just passed 1,000 rushing yards on this season. Just wanted to ask, as you transition into the starting quarterback role, how has he, if at all, made your role easier just to have that option?
Oh, yes, 100%. Not even in the running game, in the passing game. I started throwing him the ball a lot more. I told him, if the pressure's getting to me, make sure you're out because I'm throwing you the ball. And he did exactly that. And it's really good to have a back like him, just able to go out there and do his thing and have no worries. You have a 3rd and 1, and in my mind, I know who the ball is going to. And that's just a sign of relief, knowing the whole team can rely on him. And I feel like he doesn't see it as pressure, and he's just that type of ball player to where his number's called, he's going to go make that play.
And quick follow-up, you mentioned the passing game. I know that's something that he's worked on a lot this season. You're staying after every practice, working on the jugs machine and things like that. How have you seen just specifically that aspect of his game improve, even from the beginning of the season?
I'd say when I first met him, running, he was always excellent at that, just a little hesitant. Now he's downhill, like you get in his way, good luck. And as a defensive back, if I was one, I'm just going to be like, okay, you got it, just go get it. Because I know he's going to lower his shoulder and the rest is it's going his way. But no, yeah, he's a hardworking guy. Even when it comes to catching, he's always asking, like, do you want anything? What can I do? And it's like, just really really grateful that he's able to put so much work in to be better and be versatile, not as a running back, but even as a back that can get out of the backfield and run routes, and just grateful to have him.
If you took like the pulse of this team, like the locker room, where would you say the confidence of this group is coming off the way you all played Saturday?
Oh, it's really high. I mean, we've all kind of went into that game expecting to win. There was no what ifs. We were like, okay, we're going to win this ball game. And moving forward, we still can accomplish the things that we want to accomplish, and kind of have that same. I mean, obviously we'll have to win out. That's the goal, is to win out. Like, our mindset is not to lose one and then make it to a bowl game. We want to win out and just go out on top the way we usually do. And I feel like the guys are very focused on that, and even the coaching staff, we're all focused on that, and that's the main job.
Why haven't you guys, everybody's saying that, but why haven't you guys shied away from talking about running the table? Like, what do you think has made you all sort of believe that this thing's possible?
Oh, I mean, we've had to fight through so much, and honestly, it goes back to Tylee. He's fought so much, and we know what Tylee will want for us, and that's for us to win out, and we're going to keep swinging for him, and that's the only thing on our mind.
On that note, I mean, you shared with us just the other week, I think it was a specific moment in a game where maybe you were a little banged up and you kind of thought of Tylee and you went back out there. I mean, just with everything that's been going on and, the stickers and the acknowledgement from UVA with him this past game, any moments like that you found yourself like thinking of him during that game?
Oh, yes, 100%. Anytime I look at JJ, because JJ and him are like best buds, and it's like I see Tylee in him, and whenever I'm out there on the field and someone has to make a play, I'm just like, I look out there and make sure everyone's set, and I see JJ, and I'm like, Tylee's with him. And that's just one of those things to where I'd say Saturday, God and Tylee, they were super happy that we did that for him. And moving on forward, that's what we're going to do, is just make sure he's in the back of our minds, and obviously play football, play good football. But when it comes to having strength, I feel like we're all going to have our strength from Tylee.
Chip had a lot of positives to say yesterday about FSU's front four. Of their numbers, they have some decent sack numbers and TFL numbers. What are some of the challenges of dealing with what they bring?
I mean, big guys, big guys that can move really, really well. And for us, as an offense, it's all about just making sure we control the line of scrimmage. And even in the run game, even in the pass game, just making sure we're being very, very hard on ourselves on, okay, make sure we have the right steps, make sure we do this. Because if we don't, they're very athletic to make sure to like get you off your foot a little bit. And that's what I've been talking about. It's the little things, always doing the little things. And when you do the little things, big things happen. And so that would be our main focus moving on to them.
Sometimes teams get hit by human nature where they tend to overlook a team that's had the kind of season FSU has had. How does it help you guys not overlook them, the fact that they are FSU and it is Doak Campbell Stadium?
FSU is one of those teams to where, like, obviously very good program, and you want to win. You want to win against a very good program, even though their record doesn't show it. I mean, they have guys. Like, there's no doubt about it. And we don't know what's happening over there, but we know they're going to come and bring it 100%. And we just have to be ready and prepared and execute the way we did last Saturday. And hopefully it'll be in our hands.
Jacolby, it seems that, at least from my vantage point, you had more under center snaps, kind of as opposed to shotgun and things like that. How much of that has been, we asked you a lot about your progress and comfortability, things like that, but how much of a role does that kind of play of, more of those like under center snaps, just to kind of, change things up and everything?
Oh, it's huge. I love being under center. My whole life, actually, of growing up, from probably since I first started, from the age of 4 to maybe 7th grade, I just always trained as a pro-style quarterback, just because I was a little chunky back then. But I've always trained as a pro-style quarterback, and so I have that DNA locked into me. And anytime I warm up, I don't warm up from shotgun. I warm up from under center, because nowadays people don't do that. And it's very good for your footwork and how understanding the defense from right when you're under center and then backing up probably 7 to 8 yards. You got to figure it out quick. And so I feel like that's going to be huge for us coming into the next couple of weeks. And I'm very comfortable with it. Coach is very comfortable with me doing it. And so as long as he calls it, I'm going to execute it.
Were there any particular conversations surrounding that of, maybe you saying you want to go more under center, or maybe Chip saying he wants to go more under center? Like, are there any specific dialogues in regards to that?
Yeah, 100%. We have plays where we're in shotgun or we could be under center, and he'll ask me, and if we're in shotgun, he'll be like, hey, you want this play in shotgun? I'd be like, I kind of want it under center. He'll be like, all right, whatever you're comfortable with, I'm going to do. And so that's kind of the way the verbal sense of it goes. But I mean, we're on the same page with it. I mean, I'm glad he'll ask me a question like that when I'm most comfortable with, which we have grown over the last couple of weeks. And so I feel like we'll maybe see a lot more of that, maybe not. I mean, who knows?
That goes back to how you guys have evolved communicating together. Like, it sounds like you're just now getting to that point, which you've made up a lot of ground that you didn't have earlier in the year.
Oh, yes, sir, 100%. Like I said, it's just super nice that I'm able to be a lot more comfortable in his offense, and he's able to feel comfortable in me of asking me certain things that I like, certain things that I dislike. So when we're into a game, he won't call it, or he'll just take it off the game plan sheet. And so it's just one of those things, just having that quarterback coach / OC connection to where he's like, okay, he's not comfortable with this, I'm not going to call it. What is he most comfortable with? And I give him a couple plays throughout the week to where I'm very comfortable with, and those are normally our go-tos when it comes to situational downs.
Do you know your numbers from the UVA game?
I don't try to keep up with that stuff. I mean, like I said, I was just happy with the win. I'm glad I finally got the win. And I mean, regardless of what my stats look like, at the end of the day, if we don't have the win, then that doesn't matter.
So you started 3 for 9, but you finished 16 for 21. Was that just a product, do you think, of settling into the game? Or do you think anything clicked to where, I mean, you were hot to finish, is what I'm saying, 16 for 21. Ain't too shabby. Was it just settling in, or did you sort of get hot there?
I honestly couldn't give you an honest answer. I mean, I think that's just football, you kind of get the feel of the game and you move forward from it. And I feel like, honestly, to answer your question, I was settling in quite a bit. I mean, I don't know what the stats were or exactly 100%, but I mean, even if that doesn't matter, I mean, I'm just happy we got the win, and I was able to play better throughout as the game went on.
What would you say was, in your opinion, your best throw from that game, and why?
I'm more of so Coach Clyde, he always talks about anticipation. I don't care about the deep balls, this or that. I care about, okay, first window, second window. Am I spot on with my reads? Am I able to go through my progression? And honestly, I would say the one to Marion, I read that progression pretty quick. And it was just one of those where I went down to my check down. Even if I didn't feel pressure or anything, I was just able to go boom, 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 and check it down and make sure we have a positive play. I think that play was maybe 3rd down and 5 maybe, and I was able to do that and keep the chains moving.
Is that the one you got hit from behind on?
No, sir.
Okay.
It was the one where Marion kind of ran over 2 defenders and kind of kept going to their sideline.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
How long did it take you to feel like QB1?
I'd say not long, honestly. I mean, I kind of have already the leadership enrolled in me, so I kind of carry that with me regardless of, obviously, you're not the starter if you're QB2, but you still have to have that mindset that you're the QB1. I'd say I've always kind of had that instilled into me, but when my number was called for me to actually be officially QB1, I'd say not long. I mean, the guys believed in me, and as long as the guys believe in you, then you kind of have the role as QB1. And so it wasn't hard for me to settle in, but I mean, obviously it looked like it was, but it wasn't.
All right. Thanks,